Hello and welcome to BIMStorm Data Independence. This is Kimon Onuma. Today's session is on data-driven design and fabrication. We're going to be updating on the Solano Community College's biotech building and give you an update on that project from last week. And then we're also going to be covering some new material as well, a lot of new material, and we have some guests with us today. My name is Kimon Onuma. We have Thomas Dalbert from Onuma, James Buchanan, the Director of Facilities from Solano Community College, Mike Eggers, Vice President of Project Frog, and Dara Duragi, Studio Director from Project Frog.
So our next building that we're going to erect here in the next, we'll start construction the next year, will be our new science and math building that will be located right in front of the 1500 building, right there in the main courtyard of the campus. So, and that that building is going to be roughly 36,000 square feet. It's going to house our anatomy classes, our labs, science lecture halls, our veterans center. That's very important to the campus that we give them a nice area that they can come and retreat to and have a place to gather.
Great. So our exercise today, or the webinar actually, is titled Data-Driven Design and Fabrication. So we're fast forward now. We heard about the biotech building that's being completed, and now we're going to run through a simulation of what it would look like if we started from the very beginning of the project with the data requirements for a new math and science building. We're going to focus in on the math and science building, and we're going to simulate building, rapidly doing a plan that matches the master plan scenario here. In previous webinars, we described how standards for spaces and equipment are available to the BIMStorm teams to use. So you could call up typical classrooms or typical offices or conference rooms and start building up room by room. We're going to fast forward a little bit and start from the site planning level and run through an exercise now, and I'm going to go away from PowerPoint for a little bit and just go straight to a website here that we've been using for the BIMStorm. This is actually the same tools that Solano is using right now for managing the facilities. We've layered in, this is on a website actually, so we're seeing a map view of the campus scenario, Google map view. We've layered in the master plan on top of that, so we can actually see the kind of before and after, so current condition, and then the proposed condition. So currently there's a place in the middle of the campus that has the existing math building, I believe it is, right here.
The existing math building, the 1500 building.
The 1500 building is right here.
Correct.
And there's a grassy area to the north, and the proposed master plan looks like it's proposing to possibly keep the existing math building and build a new math and science building wing to the north of it. So what we've done is use that as a guide, and then we've layered some buildings here off to the side. And we're going to open these up as well too, but conceptually when you're doing a quick plan like this, the idea is we want to not only work with shapes and things, but we also want to see information about those buildings. So for example, if you say, well, what options do we have to fill in this master planning scenario here? We could put a building like that, we could turn it around. So it's a quick study, and while we're doing this, data is being generated about initial cost and square footage and things like that, and building a BIM here on the fly. So that's part of the BIMStorm process, is how do we collaborate, and Jim, if you're the facilities, representing facilities or the district, maybe in a planning exercise, we're saying, okay, well, what do you want? Let's try different options. Should we do it like this, or should we put the building over here, or do we even want to possibly even consider taking down the existing math and science building and building two new buildings? That's still part of a planning exercise. We're doing what if scenarios like this. Then if we open up one of these buildings, let's look inside this classroom building here. The next part of this exercise, we're going to be interacting with a group called Project Frog, who's online right now, Mike and Dara. And I'm wearing the architect's hat. Hi, Dara. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining us. We want to run through a planning exercise using your building